maybe I will, but I'll try not to. We're all garbage cans. There's food everywhere. And then everybody's scared about starving. You ever notice that? Okay. Everybody's worried about starving and there's food everywhere, but everybody is starving and they're always eating because there's no nutrition in the food. Does anybody know why we sell humic fulvic? Because humic fulvic used to be in all the soil. It's not there anymore. They stripped it. So our humic fulvic, which humic fulvic is millions of years old. I love when people call up and go, Dr. Wolf, the expiry date is over on the humic fulvic. Do I need to throw it out? How long is it good for? And I go, well, it's probably 1 million years old right now. You need to understand something. We have to put expiry dates on our products. And most of them don't expire. Isn't that something? We have to do that. And just know this, if you ever really want to know how much you want to take of something, call me or call Lorraine. Because what's on there on the label is just to get these guys off our backs. We put the lowest on it so they'll just stay away. You don't get that. Okay, you will never see what you need anywhere out there. You have to talk to your practitioner, and hopefully they know better. It's like the person who takes 2 enzymes at a meal and thinks that, oh my God, I've done something. If you eat a meal that's a cooked food meal and you have problems digesting, you know what? If I eat a meal that I know is cooked food and it's not combined properly, you can think I'm nuts, but I'd rather spend $2 more. I take 10 enzymes before the meal. Halfway through the meal, I do 10 more. That's 20. And guess what? I just pigged out on something that I usually don't eat. And guess what? When I go home that night, I take my daily cleansing tea, or I take 2 daily cleansing tea capsules. And guess what? No side effects. Because guess what? I want it in and I want it out. And I also want it digested. I don't want it rotting. Okay? So you're never going to read it. I love people, they go, every time I eat a cooked food meal, I take 2 digestive enzymes. Well, that's good. Didn't do much. And if you eat animal protein, make sure you always keep digestive enzymes in your car and hydrochloric acid capsules. Okay? HCl. Get it from the drugstore. Get it from the health food store. Just get some. And you know, if you eat animal product, you should take 2 or 3, depending on what your digestion's like. The older you get, the worse you digest. Yes or no? So guess what? Should you be backing off on your cooked food? Should you be waking up a little bit as you grow older? Because guess what? Whether you believe this or not, it's planet Earth, Plan ET, extraterrestrial. They run the planet. No, that's not true. Okay, fine, whatever. The reality is we've been manipulated to age. You like it? You like it? So guess what? That's what happens. You're young, okay, you're virile. They want you to breed, so you breed. You have some children, okay, the children are here. Let's get them to age now, okay? All right, and then we rot out. Is everybody rotting out almost? Okay, because they serve us rotten food. How many people here know that only 3% of the food in a supermarket's edible? 3%. How many people know that only 30% in a health food store is edible? What, you think because it's called a health food store? Huh?
But you can get organic Oreos.
That's right. Anyways, so that's the point is that most people are garbage cans. You step on their foot, their mouth will drop open, and you can shove anything in there. And you know that. Your kids, your husband, your family will eat anything. They'll eat trash. And do you know why they'll eat trash? Do you know why? Because they don't have any value. Because they don't have any love for themselves. Because guess what? Mommy and dad kicked the living shit out of them and told them you're not allowed to fall in love with yourself. You have to love us. You think I'm kidding? They come in as these little spirits and you go, oh my God, this is so beautiful, this baby. It can spit on me, it can keep me up all night, it can even poo on me if it wants. I just love it. I just want to lick it. As soon as it starts to walk and talk, it acts like mom and dad, it's going to get it. And you don't even know that it's mirroring you. That's how low vibrational we are. We're not even awake. The child mirrors the two parents, and the child is Yoda. It came here, little Yoda. Hi, I'm acting like you to teach you that this is your second chance to become high vibrational. Shut up. Get to your room. Am I kidding?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you right now, most parents treat their kids worse than their pets. And that's the truth, because you think you own that child. I'm telling you the truth. This is a judgment society, not a justice society. This isn't about unconditional love. This is about, guess what? I brought you into this world to love me because nobody else does. I don't even love myself, so you're going to love me. And that's the truth, and you don't even know it. Nobody's going to love you. You act like that, nobody will ever love you. You wait till daddy gets home. You eat what's on your plate. Yeah, but it makes me sick. I don't care. We don't care about vibration here. We had to pay for that food, and we're going to shove it into you. Am I making this up? Human beings are nasty. And we've been taught to be nasty. Somebody was talking to me here, and I said, what do you think? They call it a slaughterhouse. We slaughter things. And that's why they're slaughtering us now. That's why we're slaughtering each other. They allowed us to kill everything so that they could just come along and we would kill for them. Oh, won't we fly to another country and kill people? Really? What does it take for you to get pissed off and say you wish somebody dead? You think about this. You think about when the crap's going to hit the fan this next few months, and it's gonna. Then you ask yourself where you need to be and what you need to do. I'll go over it a little bit, but I'm nobody's savior. Everybody's been following me. You have not been seeing what I've been doing. I've been preparing for 5 years, slowly, gradually. Okay? As of tomorrow, I will have no money in any Canadian bank. Thank you. Who would? Seriously? It's wakey time, guys. Wakey time about a lot of things. I'm serious. And you know what? Every one of you have beautiful hearts. They've just poisoned us to not like ourselves or each other, yes or no. That's why you gotta take the path of the heart. You have to take the path of the heart. Let people be what they want to be. Don't judge them. It doesn't matter if they're your family. If they're toxic, you don't visit them. You know that you've all tried to change family, and how's that work for you? There's not one person here that changed a family member. Why don't you mind your own business? Wouldn't it be great if you showed up for yourself? If you showed up for yourself, you wouldn't have a dis-ease, would you? You'd be at ease. But then you probably won't be able to live with the guilt because everybody else is going to make you feel guilty. Because guess what? You've never seen anybody jealous like family members. Right? Right. Might as well just love yourself anyway. Because whether you do or not, they're not going to change. They're going to be who they're going to be. And if there's any chance of change, it'll be because you love and care for yourself. And they're going to say, I want some of that. Oh, sorry.
Excuse me.
We are family. All my brothers, sisters, and me. So set yourself free. Golly gee. Okay, let's get back to it. They're always listening. I bet you the next song that comes on will be Psycho Killer. Super freak, super flat. Okay. Anyways, the reality is this, is you understand? You eat for vibration. You eat for high vibration. That's what you do. Okay. So if you were to say, you know, will this food nourish me? Okay. Will it cleanse me and nourish me? Right? Everything you bring into your life, you want to bring in a high vibrational level. This is why, guess what? Do you actually believe that you can go to an organic store and that you can go to an actual supermarket and you can eat an organic diet and you think you're going to be well? You are just not even thinking. It's not true. Everything's messed up out there. And the reality is if you don't, and I'm not telling you to buy our nutraceuticals, but they kick ass. And you know, when I was younger, when I was like maybe 25 years ago, I actually felt guilty about selling supplements, but I thought it was a good way to make a living. Because even back then, I believed that you could get it from the food, but you can't get it from the food, and it's not true. You can't. Yeah. You can get it from vegetable juicing if it is organic and if there was minerals actually in the soil where the vegetables were growing. So those are the things we really need to, you know, so that's reality. So know your farmer. Okay, don't trust a supermarket. Don't trust an organic food store. Okay, don't. I don't distrust them. That's not what I'm saying. But you know, you can always structure your food, right? If you have a structured water unit, which this is, and you know, you can believe it or not, but you know what? Whether I'm in Calgary or whether I'm in Mexico, it just goes under a tap. Then you're going to go, well, what about the toxins? Well, when you structure water, you don't have to filter it. You're never going to get sick. And you can filter all the water you want, distill it, reverse osmosis. For one thing, you can't digest that water. You do know that, right? And you do know those of you that have been buying it in a plastic jug, you got totally ripped off. And that means that we could sell you bloody well anything. We could sell you anything. Distilled water, reverse osmosis water. Where do you find it in nature? Then what are you doing? It's supposed to be in the iron or in the steamer. That's it. You can't digest that water. When you put it through a structure unit, the absorption goes up 1,000%. And even if there was a bacteria, even if there was a viral chemical, or even if there was anything in it that's negative, you can't get hurt. You're not going to get hurt. You're protected. And then if you don't believe me, why is it rain and little Billy spraying his sputum all over the skies? And then we had acid rain before he came along, right? Isn't that amazing? How one person, just think how toxic and twisted this guy is. I mean, everything he does is about killing you. What the hell? I mean, this worm is from some other planet. So anyways, seriously, you know, and I have no hate for him. I just think, wow, dude, wow, what do you want? You know? Okay, so just know this, when that rain comes down, it doesn't harm the birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees, the microorganisms, because it's structured. It gets structured because of the atmosphere. Same thing that we do right here. Right here. This thing is $300. And guess what? I'm going to give you 90 days. Use it. If you don't think that it's changed your life, just send it back. Send it back. We have under the counter. We have a shower. We have a whole house unit. If you ever come down to my DOD 5-star, which you see all the slides here. I mean, is this place beautiful? Anyways, you know what that is? That's a structured saltwater pool. I have a structure unit on there that's for the size of a hotel pool. And then it's a saltwater structure pool. I mean, if you've got a skin condition, it'll heal it. Okay. So anyways, you can structure your water, but anyways, you asked about Kangen. Okay, here we go. Well, I have nothing against anything, okay? I sold micro water units. I was one of the first to sell micro water units. You know when I sold them? I sold micro water units when I was 24 years old. We were bringing them in, okay? And you know what we're bringing them in at? We're bringing them up in at $175 each and selling them for $400. Now you go buy a Kangen unit, it's going to cost you around $3,000 to $4,000. And you're going to say the water's amazing for at least the first few weeks. After that's going to change because guess what? You got to watch the plates, they get corroded. And here's the deal. You ready for this? I'm not trying to down it. If you want hydrogen water, who's got a cell power? Anybody got a cell power here? Alicia?
Alicia's got hers. You sell power.
Not here, no.
Okay. Go on my website.
I saw you with it, yeah.
Yeah. We told you about getting off the drugs, Alicia. Jesus. Still doing them, man.
Yes.
So anyways, the cell power, what she's going to bring in, makes more hydrogen than any other device on the planet. It is the best hydrogen maker ever. It will change. Most of you that can't sleep, you'll sleep. But you know, hydrogen is the smallest molecule. That's what the sun's made out of. So it will energize you like crazy. This will last you for the inventor. His is 10 years old. Yeah, we're magnetized to you, all right. Okay. Okay, all right. This is called the cell power. And you put the water in here and then you can, as long as you keep the lid on, and there's recovery and you can charge yourself up, but this is not a gimmick. This is not a gimmick. Oh yeah, the energy is phenomenal.
Really great.
Same with the
Phenomenal.
recovery.
Yeah, for sleeping.
I just knew.
Anyways, it's called cell power, but let's get back to the Kangen. So I'm telling you that is your best investment. Now that thing there is about $550, isn't it?
US.
700.
Yeah.
700 Canadian.
770.
But if you want rocket fuel, okay, where you've got lots of energy and you want the nutraceuticals to really do their work, you structure your water and you put the structured water into that thing. I'm telling you right now, you can think this is a gimmick and here comes the marketing pitch. It's no pitch. It's no pitch. People that I've seen haven't been able to move the marker for their illnesses. They do the structured water. They do that with the nutraceuticals. We see them go right through the roof. Now, let me leave that alone. Good. For one thing, Kangen's overpriced. I think you'll think that's overpriced, but that's going to deliver more. Here's the thing with the Kangen. Doesn't everybody with Kangen tell you to drink alkaline water? Did you know that you should drink acidic water or neutral water? That's real science. That why would you drink alkaline water when your stomach acid is really acidic, and every time you drink 9 to 0.5, which they tell you to drink, you're diluting your hydrochloric acid in your stomach. So now it's going to allow the parasites to get through and the bad bacteria, because the reason why you have the reason why you have very acidic acid in your stomach is so that you break down all the foods. But guess what? Your stomach is a guard dog for parasites, bad bacteria, and fungus. Do you understand? So it bathes in there and it breaks that down. They're absolutely wrong. Do you know people buy, the pH water, right? Guys, you just got sucked in. And then why would you buy something in a plastic bottle? Seriously? And then buy water? I just don't understand people. You ever see these fathers? Okay, they're usually really overweight and they look like they've eaten a beach ball because they're so fat at their tummy. And they've got the plastic, those plastic crinkly bottles, those little ones of water, and they've got it up like this, and he's so proud, and he's standing there by the cashier. I'm just like, are you like, seriously? What is wrong with this world? Look at, honey, I'm home. I'm here to save the fam. Well, why don't you turn the Wi-Fi at night? That would be a good story if you turn that off. Or why don't you hardline everything, Dad? And why don't you get the Roundup out of the garage? Okay, all right? Why don't you start really protecting the family? Okay? What a bunch of crap. Seriously. I'm really glad I can hide away sometimes and just like, okay, Daryl, it's going to be okay. Don't kill anyone. Okay. All right. So the reality is that drinking alkaline water is totally wrong. It's wrong. There's no science behind it. Oh, but do you want to become alkaline? And how do you do that? Through your diet. And you do it with a livet called a whole plant-based keto diet. That's the, guys. What about what? I think this could be a great commercial for you. Okay? And the reality is this, I'm going to tell you, apple cider vinegar is good, but I'm A-type. It's not good for me. And it'll turn on me and actually give me heartburn. So apple cider vinegar, I didn't say don't do it. And I say apple cider vinegar is good for a lot of people, but you don't want to overdo that either. It's a fermented product, right? And then how was it fermented? Better not have been fermented chemically. It better have been aged properly, and then also fermented from the right products. Do you understand what we're dealing here? And just remember something, all your fruits and all your vegetables, by the time they get to the large intestine, they are fermented, aren't they? Okay, and guess what? Are most people in this room fermenting already? I can smell them. Do you understand me? Do you need more ferment? That's just like everybody's kombucha crazy. Okay, it's turning on people. You know, if you're going to take some fermented product in you, you don't want to take large doses of it. It's a supplement. It's a supplement. And understand something, a lot of people will take apple cider vinegar because they've got heartburn. And yes, it will help. But the reality is that if you take baking soda, right, and you take a teaspoon of baking soda, put it in a glass of warm water and drink it, it'll neutralize. And that, I think, is even better. Okay, and people who swallow BS because that's what they do. Okay, will have heartburn all the time. People that eat fast will have heartburn all the time. People that have anxiety will have heartburn. So there's a lot of heartburn going on. Okay, all right. And understand something. Big deal. Apple cider vinegar. We're not talking about that. We're talking about alkalining the body and making proper choices with your food. And it really is this: whole grains. Okay. All right. Okay. The right type of carbohydrates, right? Like yams, right? Potatoes, grains. And people don't get this. They don't make you fat. You know, they give you energy. You know, the reality is everybody goes loco, you know, and there's a lot of things like watch out for lectins. You see how everything's popping up? I don't go for any of that stuff. I don't go for any of it. You'll never hear me do something where I jump on this year's bandwagon nutritional fortune cookie. I'm over it. It's so easy to program people. The same program I'm running right now, I was running 25 years ago. I haven't changed it. The human body hasn't changed. The same rules apply. You want a whole plant-based keto diet, proper food combining, and you want to drink your solids and chew your liquids. So when you drink something nutritional, you swish it around your mouth a little bit, play with it a little bit, get the enzymes in there. When you're eating food, you chew it to the point that it's a liquid. The smaller the particle, the more you take in. And most of you are swallowing chunks. There's a lot of you that drink at your meals. Do you know why? Because you're dehydrated and you would choke on the food because you don't chew it and you don't have enough liquid in you from the day. So you got to drink and pretend that you've got logs going down the river and you've got to create a river for these big chunks to get down. How am I doing? And also, who in the hell wants to come and eat at a table anyways? Because for most families, it's Cycleville. That's where you can get the kids and kick the shit out of them. And it's true. Did you do your homework? It's supposed to be a place of peace and harmony. Every kid usually, when they come to the table to have supper or dinner, they're shitting bricks because they know they're going to get nailed because of the bedroom or about something. It's true.
It's true.
And it's where the parents jump on them and then the kid's sick and can't get up the next day. What's wrong with you? You know, well, you make me sick. I'm terrified of you, for God's sakes. How am I doing? How am I doing? Family is not everything. Okay? Learning how to create a perfect day for yourself and leaving the damn children alone. Because why do they call it adulteration? Jesus. You know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. If I was the king of everything, I would not allow anyone to have a child over the age of 18. Because over the age of 18, you're just miserable. Miserable. At least 18, they're playful. They've got an imagination. They just want to love something and love it with love. Seriously. You know, we have a long way to go, baby. Okay? And the shit's going to get worse. Okay? It's going to get worse. I hardly know an adult that should have been able to raise a child. And that's the truth. I'm one of them. Okay? I was into the second child. We had 4, into the second one when I woke up. And it was, who in the hell do I think I am? Really? Anybody can pull their pants down, for God's sakes. You can't even feed yourself right. Let me see that you're healthy. Let me see that you love your life before you go and bring new life into this world. Let me see that you can stand up for yourself so that you could stand up for someone else. And you'll probably be trying to stand up against your partner. Because most of us are with partners we don't even want to be with right now. And that's the truth. I want to be with mine. We don't have any children. We came together as 2 spirit people. Let me tell you something. We did. I wasn't going to be with anybody ever again in my life unless I was going to be with a spirit partner. I didn't want to be with a woman. I didn't want to be with another human being. I wanted to be with a spirit partner. When the shit hits the fan, we just go, we got this. What are we going to do now? Let's think together. Let's not lose our heads. Think about it. Spend most of your time going, it's a true story. True story. Nobody does that. Nobody does that around us. Doesn't matter what's going on in the world. Everybody stays calm, and we're going to figure this out. Because this is a life-threatening adventure that I'm going to win at. And I'm going to teach people, if they want to learn from me and from the people I teach, that guess what? It's called alignment, not trying to find peace. Because if you're trying to find peace, it means you're at war. Did you get that? Understand something. Language was created so that you would no longer feel properly. Okay. I feel better. How about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that off my chest. Holy crap. No, we're not going to talk about money, honey. Okay, if I do that, then we get right back to nutrition. I'm just going to say what I think, and that's it. Because I'm not your financial advisor. Okay? And you're not going to do anything because I'm doing it. Did you understand? I want to make that perfectly clear. But I will tell you that I firmly believe in what I'm going to say. Okay? If you've got a high mortgage, sell your house right now if you can get out of it. If you own the house and you love it, that's great. Yes, the market's going to drop in housing, but then it's going to come back. So if you love your home, stay there. Let's not lose our heads. Okay? Love your life. And if you live in a large city and you live right in the city and you get a good price for it, sell it and get to the country right away, because the government's really lazy. They're only going to harvest everything that's close and easy. You do know that, right? Okay, they're very lazy. Okay, and they're not just that. They also know that they're doing something for money and they're hurting their fellow humans. So, they're not going to travel that far to do that. Okay? Next thing is, there's only 3 investments I would make. There's other good ones, but I'm not an investor. But these are the only ones that I would do, and I'm only doing it. Guess what? I'm only doing these investments because I know I have to. If I don't do these investments, Doc of Detox, kiss it goodbye, kiss Braveheart Nation goodbye. I mean it. You know what? I've got big projects, and we're going to go. I'm going to prove that it doesn't matter whether they think they're in charge, they're not. You watch how I move through this. You watch. Gold, silver, and XRP. Okay? Gold's going to continue to go up. It is going to come back. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't look at silver. Buy the gold, buy the silver. Okay? And I will tell you, that if you're going to go and do it and you don't want to be tracked, you can't buy more than $9,900 worth. Okay. And then they'll track you that you bought the gold. Okay. All right. Just do what we did. Go to a few different places. And then I found a few places that would take my money and they didn't make me do receipts and stuff. Right. If you're in the United States, you can go in there and buy all you want. They won't take your name. So it depends where you live, what country, where you're doing it. Right. But don't worry where it's at. If you want to save your money and not lose your money, you buy gold and silver. That's what you do. You don't save your money. They've been telling you to save your money because they want you to keep it in the bank. Look at, they're either going to give you the new digital coin in Canada and they might equal it out, or they might give you a little bit more than your money's worth, but now they control it because it's on your phone. Do you understand? They're out for control. And the government works for this this entity that lives down here that just we're slaves. Like everything's a lie. Did you ever look in your biblical books where you have the slaves pulling the rocks up to build the pyramids? That's such a bullshit. You know, China tried to bring a crane to move one block and they couldn't do it. They actually did it through levitation and the same type of energy that Tesla was trying to give us for free. Do you understand? That's why they destroyed him. Understand, there was nobody with oxen pulling rocks up, okay? The only reason there was slaves there is because they were actually sacrificing them every day. Do you understand? I don't care if you went and learned it in your church. It's all a bullshit lie. I'm over this, okay? I'm just tired of it. You know, it's really hard to listen to people, right? And you actually believe this stuff. So, thank God I live in Mexico. I wear no shoes in Mexico. Do I?
No.
Doesn't matter if how high end the restaurant is or the supermarket. Everybody knows me now. They don't go, oh, you have to put shoes on because it could be broken glass. Really? Well, in Mexico, you know, there could be holes this big, for God's sakes. So, but the reality is guess what? I've never felt fear in my life. I've never loved the people more in my life. And I love you guys, but you know what? Down there, guess what? It's first world living. This is a concentration camp. The whole energy has changed. Every time that Lori and I come up here, it's like, holy crap, it's getting a lot. It's getting a lot. But we'll be back here in April to do our lecture because I'm waiting until then because when you see what's coming, right? The COVID was an hors d'oeuvre. That's it. So any of the friends and the family that lost it last time, woohoo. Okay. Anyway, so gold, silver, okay, and XRP. Let me explain something to you. And this is the God's truth. I'm going to tell you the story because guess what? I did not do this for investing. I did this to win. I'm not selling anything. I'm holding my gold. I'm holding my silver. I'm not telling you where. And the reality is this. Guess what? Does anybody know Swift? Go wire some money right now. It'll probably bounce back because it's that broken. The system's never worked. Or you're going to pay a few $100s to send a few thousand. It's corrupt. The other thing is that with Swift, it can take a few days. XRP is from another planet. XRP is how, so just so you know this, the IMF, the Economic Forum, the guys that are the bad guys, the IMF, who else did I say? The Federal Reserve. Everyone has taken it on all around the world. The only place that haven't taken it on is United States. And United States is keeping Ripple, that's the company, in a lawsuit. And they're keeping them in a lawsuit to keep it down. Ripple came out when Bitcoin came out. And Ripple's not coin, but their utility is called XRP. Ripple came out when Bitcoin came out. Bitcoin's worth 60,000. XRP is worth 51 cents. So everybody's going, that's an investor. This sucks. I wouldn't get involved in this. And understand something. If you go to BHN The Ripple Effect on Telegram. Trust me, you'll find it. Braveheart Nation, The Ripple Effect on Telegram. I don't put my name on it, okay? But here's the deal. You will find, if you were to feast on these videos and do 20 hours, you'd be going, holy crap, Daryl. Everybody's being screwed over like they were with their health and now with their wealth. And the reality is that the reason why XRP is only 51 cents, are you ready for this? You know SWIFT, that moves money around the world? Do you know that Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and every monetary thing is now building XRP into its computer platform? Because that's how we're going to move money throughout the world. What do you think that's worth? Is it worth 51 cents? Guess what? You're not invited to the party. You're just cattle. You're going to wake up one night, banks are going to be shut down, the fiat currency is gone, not totally, and you're going to hear about XRP is the new way that money's going to move around. It's going to go to $10. People are going to go, oh my God, I made money. Honey, we can make money. And they're going to sell their XRP and the banks are going to pick it up because the banks aren't buying XRP and they can't buy XRP until it's ISO approved. And that comes in April. All banks have to be ISO approved. And that means that everything has to be government legal. You understand? That's when they're going to turn on XRP from Ripple. It's going to happen overnight. It's going to go to $10. And then guess what? The ones who say, I got to pay the rent or got to do this, they're going to sell their XRP. Then it's going to go to 100 and the rest of you are going to sell it off. And then it's going to go to 1,000. Then a whole bunch of people are going to sell it off. And then we'll see it go to 10,000. I'm not selling it. It could take 2 years. It could take 5 years. And guess what? That 51 cents, I believe, is going to go to 10,000. And don't believe me because I'm full of crap. And understand something right now. When you go through my videos, you are going to see all the top financial people in the world. And how about this? How about the lady that was the U.S. treasurer? The U.S. treasurer, I can't remember her name right now. She just did a video, and you'll find it in my feed on there. And you know what she said? She was giving the finger to the Rothschilds because they have Ethereum. Ethereum is broken. It doesn't work. They tried to come up against XRP. XRP is where everything's going to run on. Trust me, I know this, guys. And you know what? Look at the egg on my face. I'm on live right now. Who is this guy? Well, you'll find out. Doesn't matter. I don't even care if people believe me. I know I'm right about this one. So XRP is only at 51 cents, and they're going to hold it down there. Who would want to buy it? It doesn't even go up. It just stays there. It doesn't do anything. And guess what? Right now, they're being sued by the U.S. government. Absolutely, because the U.S. government wanted to steal it. And they can't have it. Right? Go do your homework. So anyways, they're going to win against them. Okay? They are winning. Okay? But Ethereum was actually made by the Rockefellers. Rothschilds are backing XRP. Ha, ha, ha. And the Rockefellers actually made XRP. Rockefellers made Ethereum along with JP Morgan. It's crashing. It's already burning. There's already all kinds of trouble with it. Okay? So it's going to be gone probably. And Bitcoin is there for money laundering. That's it. And it's there. And understand, Bitcoin is $60,000 and there's nothing backing it. It's built on BS. And it's for the government and all the elite to move their money for all of the stuff that they want to put us in jail for. That's all. No big deal. And one day you're going to wake up and Bitcoin will be gone. But XRP is not leaving. And if you want to do your homework, you'd find out that every 80 to 120 years, there's a new monetary system. And we're right on the money right now. It's the same old story all again, and history just repeats itself. So you can believe this or not believe this. I'm in Australia. I told you the story a little bit. I'm in Australia doing a lecture. There's a group that's been following this since the start. I told you offline who these people are. And these are very intelligent and very powerful people. And they came to me and they said, Dr. Wolf, we love your mission. If you follow us and you just spend $10,000 on XRP and you hold it, you'll be taken care of for the rest of your life and you'll be able to do your whole mission. So anyways, I just went to Lori and I went, oh my God, this guy's a crackpot. I can't go anywhere. Even Australia, they come to me and they're coming at me. And then you know what? It was like 3 or 4 days and it kept on niggling at me because I get people coming to me all the time going, I got to tell you this. I've been talked to by the doo-doo-doos. You know what I mean? I get it all the time. And I guess it's because I'm one of those doo-doo-doos. But the reality is this. It kept bothering me. And then I thought, you know what? I'll do some homework. I started doing some research. And then I called him and I said, you know what? I think I believe you. I said, oh my God, I would have never figured this out. And he goes, yeah, it was done on purpose. It's because it will be the way that money moves. And you know, they're still going to call it SWIFT, but it won't be SWIFT. It'll be XRP. And guess what? It'll be XRP that all the banks are running. Everything will be running on that. And then you can digitize your house and put it on XRP. You'll be able to digitize anything that is an asset in the world. That's the way the world's going to run. And then guess what? Do you know what's going to back it? Mainly gold. And that's why gold's got to go back up. But gold's going to go down. Don't look at it. Let everything fluctuate. It's just that, guys, they can only manipulate it for so long. You're going to see all this come to fruition by April, May of next year. Okay? When I started, I really rushed at it. I won't even tell you how much XRP I have. I have a lot. Okay? I have a lot. Okay? And the reality is I'm so comfortable with it. I'm so comfortable with everything that I've done. And I feel so good about my future. And that's the way it's going to go. Yeah, but you know what? Cash is king. Cash. Well, I hope it stays that way. Good thing about living in Mexico is everything's so far behind, you know. We only have 3G down there. We have no chemtrails where I live. It's all organic because nobody can afford pesticides or herbicides or genocide. They can't afford genocide down there. It's really cool, right? I can walk in my bare feet, right? I can be out any time of night. It's just like everybody's just ridiculous. I mean, I could go to Cancun. That's crazy town. But I don't live there. I live in a place called Ixtapa-Zihuatanejo. It's the most beautiful spot in the world, as far as I'm concerned. But I just gave you the tip of a lifetime. You can take it or leave it. And you know what? I've got friends and family go, and I go, listen. I said to my brother, stop complaining. If you were to sell everything that you don't use and laying around the house, you could buy $10,000 of XRP and then just forget it. And then your house would be clean, for God's sakes. Every one of you could find a way to do it if you wanted. And don't be calling me, and I'm not doing this, but you know what? I have somebody that will help you if you want, because you'll want to get, you have to do the paperwork and go on Kraken or Coinbase, and they make it complicated. And whether you believe this or not, okay, they're trying to stop, they won't stop you from buying Bitcoin or the other ones. Go try to buy XRP, okay? They try to block you every way they can. It's not meant for you. It's not meant for any of you. You can buy all the Bitcoin you want. You have to ask yourself why, guys, okay? Remember something, when they say follow the light, don't. Go to the darkness. Go to the dark, because that's where the answers are. Listen to me. Don't you ever notice that you're always a day late and $1 short? It's all a strategy against you. There, I'm done.
And who we go to Congress?
I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want anybody. Do you know how many calls we're going to get? I only have this because this is for people who I didn't want to do it. Okay. And I just found the whole thing complicated. And so, yeah. And there's somebody that I'll send you and you'll be taken care of. And if I send you, you'll be taken care of. All right. Because we're not used to going online and it's supposed to be complicated. It's okay. If you're younger or you're a techie person and you love that, it won't be. But me, no.
Why do you trust Americans? You said you're taking on.
Well, just let me get there. I'll be there in about, I'll be in America in 4 days and I'm closing out those too. Just let me get there. I just happen to be here. Oh, and by the
Put it
way,
all in-
what?
put it all in-
Oh, I'm not gonna tell you.
Well, I live in Mexico too.
Well, everything's slower. If you understand something. You know what? The greatest thing in the world is you've all been taught that Mexico's a third world country. I have everything down there that you have, but I have more. I have freedom. My food costs me 20% of yours, and it's organic. If I really wanted seafood, it takes me 5 minutes to get there, and 6:30 every morning, it's fresh. The fish don't smell like fish. There's no smell to fish if it's fresh. If it smells like a fish, it's rotten already. And that's everything you eat up here. It smells like fish. You walk in, it smells like fish. Well, that's actually the carcass rotten. Okay? So I won't eat that stuff. It's amazing what you'll put up with because it's always about the money. It's always about making money. Yes.
Given the time frame that you suggested for the money situations alter May, June.
Okay, I just said all I'm going to say. I'm going to tell you something. If you go to BHN, the Ripple Effect, and you watch the videos, I've given you the best information you're ever going to find. And then guess what? Then you're going to stray away and then go to other websites and then go challenge what I put there. Go challenge it.
That wasn't my question.
No, I was trying to tell you, I'm not going to tell you anymore. I'm not going to tell you timelines. I told you that everything needs to be in place by April. But I will tell you that the crap's going to hit the fan before the end of this year. I will tell you, there probably won't be a presidential election. Okay? And if there is, guess what? Trump is only made to look like the hero. And remember, he said before, I'll never go digital. I'm just US currency. Now he says if he gets in, I've been looking it over and I think I will. You know, he's just another one of them. Okay? You got to have a good guy and a bad guy. Everybody thinks he's coming to save the day. We'll all find out, won't we? Okay? Just let the story play out. It's a big soap opera. I won't have anything to do with it.
How do you move money over the next 4 or 5 months? If you want to go to the bank and take a 25 or 50,000.
Okay, I'm not going online with this. Okay, Carla, you want? We'll come back and do nutrition. I'm going to answer the questions for the people in the room here. Okay, Carla, will you shut it down? Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll be back in a few minutes after we rob some banks. Okay.